Hey, what's up everyone? Today I'm going to be showing you how to update your firmware on your ToSeven DM01 and DM02 and also on your display. Okay, so to download the firmware on the DM01 and DM02 controllers, exact same process. The file is different, but I'll show you that. And then I'm going to show you how to update the firmware on your display also. So you go onto the ToSeven main website, go to downloads. So this is where you're going to see the display firmware update, and this is the controller firmware. So let's do the controller first. So first you have to download this controller operation interface, which is the same for DM01 and DM02. You do need a programming USB cable set. So let me show you how to do that. A lot of people make this mistake. So out of your controller, there's the main wiring harness, the brake, and forget the gear sensor one. And then there's another green one that's coming out. This is not where your USB cable and your display is gonna go. This is for the lights. You need a wiring harness. So you plug it into the wiring harness and make sure you plug it in all the way. I've seen this also where you don't plug it in and then it doesn't detect anything. So make sure you plug it in all the way. There we go. And now on this wiring harness, this green one, this is where your USB cable and your display is gonna go. So on the programming set, there's 3 sets of wires. One is the USB cable that plugs into your laptop or desktop. And then there is one green cable that goes for your programming for your display. And you don't need your battery to program your display. There's a power source that comes with the programming set. You can plug this into the outlet and power your display that way, and then directly connect the wire to the thing over here. But for the USB, you don't need the power outlet. You're gonna use your battery power to do that. So let's connect the USB cable to over here. Let me show you that. So on your wiring harness, connect the male to female. And then on this white JST plug, you're going to connect your USB cable. And then plug it into the port on your laptop or desktop. Okay, once that is done, let's download the programming interface. So right here, I'm gonna save it to my desktop. There we go. Another confusing thing that we get a lot of questions about is how to unzip the file. So I've used, it depends on which unzipping software you want to use. For me, 7-zip works really well. So I just use that. I right click it, extract the files. I'm gonna save it to the desktop right here. And then when you go inside, this is a RAR file, and I'm going to extract this even further. So 7-zip again, extract the files, and then it's right here. So this file right here, inside, when you go inside, this is the software right there that you're going to plug in your new firmware to. So let's download the firmware now. Let's go to the main website again. And then when you go down, so basically it tells you what comes with your programming kit, all the things that I just mentioned. So it depends. I have a DM01, so I'm gonna download this firmware. If you have a DM02, it's right here. So download the firmware for the DM01. I will save this to my desktop. Boom. And then same thing, I'm gonna unzip this file using 7-zip. Extract the file. And there it is, right there. So now, I'm gonna show you how to go into the software and actually do it. So in here, this is the software right here. So when you get into here, you press the UART, which port your USB is plugged into. I have it on COM4. Okay, so you are gonna then read the pack, which is the new firmware basically. So I'm gonna go to my desktop, This was the DM01 right here, this file right here. Open it, and then you are going to turn on your battery, which I have already done, and then start programming basically. So when you see programming, it's going, that should be good to go. Once this goes all the way, your controller is programmed to the new firmware. Okay, when it's done, it says program successfully, done. Okay, let me show you how to update the firmware on your display now. So basically for this one, you do not need your battery. You have the programming kit comes with a power supply. So, and then this plug is compatible directly with the display. So I'm gonna plug this into the power supply right here. And then this goes into your display. Okay, so that's done, and then you're gonna still need your USB cable. So USB cable goes in here. That's done, and then just plug it into your laptop or desktop. And then you go same process. You go into the downloads page on the ToSeven's website, and then this time you're gonna go into display firmware update. So now, and then you're going to download the operation interface for the display. Same thing, I'm going to go to the desktop, save. It's this one right here. Unzip it. I have the same thing, 7-zip, extract files on my desktop. And that's the software right there. That's what you're going to plug it in. So let's have that, but let me download the firmware now for your specific display. So depending on your display, right here, T24, this is the T24 right here, so T154, M15. The LCD 135 is a little bit different because the plugs is a little bit different and the programming set is different. I'm going to show it for you, these three right now. So the process is the same, the firmware is just going to be different for these three. So if I show you the T24, you're going to get it for these two also. So let's go to the desktop. Done. And unzip this file with 7-zip. Extract the file. Okay, so the file's right here. Now let's go to the software. So this is plugged in. So now we can go into the software. The USB cable is detecting. Over here, this is where you're going to upload the new firmware. So this will be T24, the hex bin file. That's the one. And to get it started, this is where you're going to press this button right here. To get started, so now to actually download it, you press the power button when you're ready, and now it goes, as you can see. And then the message, you can follow the green bar too, but then, you know, I usually use Google Translate on the Chinese and see when it's done. And all the instructions for this are on the website, but it'll give you a message in Chinese that it's done. Okay, and your firmware is updated. So basically, if you don't unplug it in the 10 seconds, then it's going to keep on doing it again. It's like a cycle. So you got to unplug it so that doesn't repeat. So now it's repeating the process, but it's not storing it on the display because I have it disconnected. So we're good to go. So that's how you update your firmware on your controller and your display on the ToSeven.